Welcome to the corner. I'm your host and resident voice, Anthony Cruz, and with me, the esteemed fifth member of the Fantastic Four,
Nick Portela.
Hey, welcome back, man.
Welcome back, man. It's been too long.
It's been a clip. I mean, we definitely took some time off. Fuck me. It was well, we came back. We had a break, and then we came back and we did a live podcast. It was a first for many. We tried to do a live podcast. We went on location
from Delaware.
And we had our first guest. And while the interview itself went fucking great, the podcast was a fucking disaster.
It was. Listen. It was one out of two isn't bad. You know.
I mean. Like, we were supposed to go live, and it went live for like 30 seconds, and the video was fucked up, and the audio got jacked up too towards the end of it. So, like, it was just like...
They treated this podcast like Trayvon Martin.
I mean, granted, I should have done more homework when putting it together, but in retrospect, it was a fantastic learning experience.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it was like, there's some things you should just do not do. Like, go Wi-Fi in a goddamn basement.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
Pre-record everything and then air it. But don't fucking go Wi-Fi, because you just jack your whole shit up.
Yeah, no, Wi-Fi in a basement is usually not a good idea.
Yeah, I mean... I'm a fucking...
And we had such a good location, too.
It was a great...
basement was awesome.
The basement location was fucking phenomenal, right? It had all these figures and statues and stuff. It was great. And then, we had 3 cameras set up so that we could jump from, like, close-ups and far away. I put a lot of work into setting up and forgot the one fucking thing that brings it all together. Bandwidth.
Hey, listen. You can't remember everything. You know,
it's like, fuck, man.
Oh man, you need to start bottling that bandwidth.
As a self-proclaimed IT guy, I just done fucked up.
Listen, man, you got to start bottling that bandwidth and take it with you.
So that one took a pretty decent shot to the testes on that one, and I posted it anyway. I posted the audio by itself. We didn't get a lot of hits on that video. But we never really get a lot of hits anyway. But fuck it, I mean,
that's true.
It was less than normal, and so we kind of like licked our wounds on that one. Then he moved. Nick, you moved.
Yeah, that's right, I moved,
and,
man. I am in the boogie down now.
He's now located in the Bronx. He downgraded
closer to.
I was like, look, man, you say you wanted to slum it. I didn't think you were.
I moved closer to the corner set.
Yeah, he moved directly on the corner.
I moved right to the corner.
Right to the corner. So, but no, it makes it convenient because now that he's so close, we should be able to do these things more often. In theory.
That hasn't been the reality, though.
But since he's moved, it's been about fucking 4 weeks.
Well, you did get sick for a while. You were sick for a couple of weeks.
When we moved him, he forgot the most key important thing about when you're moving things, like to dust the fucking shit. So I caught bronchitis.
Oh yeah, blame dust on your bronchitis.
Yes,
give me that bullshit.
It was dust warm and nice outside, and the fucking dust was in my lungs.
Oh yeah, blame dust. There's never been a case of dust causing bronchitis.
I got bronchitis. I was breathing that shit in.
Oh, bullshit.
So I had dust. He was getting settled in with the moving, opening boxes and putting stuff away.
Oh yeah, if anybody's ever lived out of boxes knows it sucks.
Yeah.
I try to get rid of that as fast as I can because I can't live out of boxes too long.
Yeah, so while I'm recovering, he's getting settled. Then he starts to do overtime, and then I start going through shit at my job because, there's something that needs to pay for all this shit that we do. So, it's just a lot of things going on, and I started taking on a couple of personal projects and commission projects to keep afloat. And
how did those go?
I got through a logo. I'm actually going to be working closely with pre-spoil some things. I'm working on something with a gentleman, and I won't say sponsor, but we may get sort of recognition through proxy.
That's awesome.
So awesome. I mean, it's still working out the logistics. We haven't really gone quite far with that idea yet, but it's gonna grow. It's gonna be part of something.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
And maybe some sponsorship. Who knows?
Hey, you never know.
We advertise and they get clientele.
Oh, that's
great. And it kind of brings people into the corner, opens up people to that business. So if everything works out well, that pretty.
Hey man,
awesome.
Basically it's about going out there and trying to make stuff happen for yourself.
And
that's a good step.
Yeah, and while we're doing this, I'll be doing some commission projects for that company, and we'll just see where it goes from there. Who knows? Maybe it'll turn out to be a full-time thing. May change my life again.
That'd be great.
So who knows? We'll see how all that works out, and then a couple of projects here and there that I'm working on. So. It got real busy, got real distracting, and just recovering. Like right now, as we're talking, I'm still sick. I still got this cough that I can't get out.
I told you, man. If you let me kick you in the chest, that'll take everything out of you.
Yeah.
Just one good shot to the chest. That's all you need, man. That or a lot of whiskey.
Well, I'm not opposed to the whole whiskey thing.
Yeah, whiskey can help.
When you put it like that,
a little whiskey might help clear that up a little bit.
But fuck, I was on a pump. I was on a goddamn pump. That kind of stuff. That's a rude awakening.
That is when you're on a pump. That's serious.
I gained a lot of weight in the past year, more than I ever thought I would, because I'm always good at maintaining. But you get comfortable.
You get comfortable and
you start eating some good food. You start hanging out with certain people, and they treat you right and all that stuff.
A lot of drinking, a lot of eating, and it's like that. And then not to mention, you have a job where I know you're behind the desk a lot.
Yeah.
So when you add that into I think that's probably the one thing that stopped me from being too big. I mean, it's not I need to lose weight, but I've been doing physical work for so long.
But even with that, in the past 3 years that I've been at this job, I've always been good at maintaining still, because I did the Tough Mudder. I ran, I exercised.
Yeah,
I did all that stuff. So, I was good at maintaining, but then after the Tough Mudder, that's when they went downhill. That's when I started dating again, and then I started eating good, because that particular person liked to cook, and I like to eat. So it's
she could cook.
Mutually beneficial relationship.
Hey, listen, I base my marriage on that. She cooks good, I eat. Life is good, man.
And I blew her spots, man. Like, one morning I woke up and I knew I got too far, because I woke up, I was like, hey. and like, damn, my pants are falling off my ass, and not because I'm skinny. It's because now my stomach got in the way where my pants should be, so it's pushing the shit down. The belts are, and like, I put on my shirts and I can't button them, and it's fucked up.
Yeah, no, it's rough.
That's rough. So I'm changing things around. I've got to flip the script and do new things. So this is a rebirth, a reimagining. This is Tone 2.0.
2.0. As long as you don't weigh 2.0 tons.
You'll be 2 metric tons.
2 metric tons,
2 metric ton Tone.
2-ton Tone. That doesn't have a ring to it, though.
Yeah, no. If I was a fucking wrestler, 2-ton Tone would be my shit.
You know what? And let me tell you, you'd get away with it.
Word up.
You'd get away. I wouldn't want you to do the King Kong Bundy splash on me, man.
The only thing is that, I mean, like, it only worked if I was like 6 feet tall or 6'5" or some shit.
You're a good height. You're already 6 feet.
I mean, a good pair of shoes. I'm 5'11", but with a good pair of shoes, I could be, 6 feet, and then, add an extra inch on there, But I mean, damn, if I was like fucking 6'3", like Big Mike size, at 2-ton Tone.
Oh yeah, you'd be a freight train.
Kidding me, man? I'd be all over the WWE.
You'd be the real Doom Train.
Word up. Fuck Doom Train up. Let me tell you something. Doom Train.
Let me tell you, there's something to be said about that pro wrestling life, though, man. There is something to be said about it. I mean, the traveling sucks and, all that. I mean, even though the traveling can be awesome, but it's just traveling to so many places in such a short amount of time. But let me tell you, when you make it in pro wrestling, man, those guys are getting paid.
My ADD would not allow me to be a professional wrestler.
Why, you get distracted in the middle of a match and start?
No, not so much that. I mean, I'll be right in the moment, but I'll get so tired of doing the same goddamn routine coming out to my music. I'm like, no, fuck this. Fuck this music.
He'd have new music.
Turn it off. I'll take off my pads. I'm like, every week I'll be changing my song. They'll be like, what do you want to do? They'll be getting mad at me and shit. They'll be like, yo,
switch it up, man. Come out and wrestle naked. No one's done that yet.
They'll be like, last week it was DMX. This week is Do you like pina coladas?
We can't. That song does not get people hyped, sir.
Fuck it, just air it. I don't give a shit.
I'm waiting for the fighter to come down to the ring with that. Do you like pina colada?
Hell yeah.
Oh God.
You goddamn Skippy.
Well, the guy who fought CM Punk came down to "Oh Mickey, you're so fine." Remember that?
Oh shit.
Mickey Gall.
I heard about that. I haven't watched wrestling like that because like I don't know.
Well, no, the guy who fought CM Punk in his UFC debut.
Oh, really?
That Mickey Gall. He came down to and check out the story behind that. This dude wanted to come down to that song. I forget the people who even sang it. You know, forgive me, you '80s children like myself. I'm bad with remembering those names. But the group that sings "Oh Mickey, you're so fine, you're so fine," he wanted to come down to that song. Dana White was against it. He told him, "Hell no." he told him, "Hell to the no. That is not gonna happen." But the internet, the power of the internet. Remember, people, you have power.
Yeah,
they flooded Dana White with "Let him do it. That would be awesome. The guy's name is Mickey. Why not?" You know. and Dana White, he said he got tired of answering his Twitter as to why no one would. People, he got flooded with over 1 million people saying, "Why won't you let him come down to that song? What's so bad about that song?" Blah, 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 blah. He said he got tired of answering that shit, so he let it rock. And so the guy came down to "Oh Mickey, you're so fine."
And it did fucking killing him, I'm sure.
Yeah, he killed CM Punk, so hey, it worked for him. It must have worked for him.
You know what I'm saying? Like, understand, people, like, the internet is your weapon. You know what I'm saying?
It can be. It really
and when you really want to voice your shit, that holds a lot of weight, man.
Oh, it damn sure does.
It holds a lot of weight. It's not like the old days, man, where people complain and the fucking media is like, "Oh, calm down."
Well, yeah, because the worst that would happen is people would write letters.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, and I don't know what it is.
And nobody hears letters.
Yeah, and you know the funny thing is, I don't know what it is about letters as opposed to emails, because theoretically they're the same thing. One's just in a digital format.
Yeah.
But like you could look at a letter and say, "Ah, this bullshit."
Yeah.
But then when your email is getting blasted with like 1,000 of the same type of message, you start to pay attention to that shit.
Once you hit send, it's out in the world. Wherever digitally it exists, it could appear. It's so out there that if given the right script, it can appear on everyone's screen at one time.
Oh, hell yeah.
But you can't do that with a letter. Absolutely. Unless you scan it and then do the same thing.
Yeah.
So, fuck, I mean, that's the power of it. I mean, it gets to where it goes instantly.
Listen, you guys helped Mickey Gall come in there to the song he originally wanted to come into, so you should be proud.
Think about back in the day when people would write a letter, it would take like fucking 19 months to get from the place where it was sent to the person it was trying to reach.
Hey, listen, back then, okay, no, there was no such thing as junk mail. All mail was important.
All mail was important, that's right.
Everything, there was no junk mail.
Word
Every
up.
piece of mail you got mattered. And you would get pissed if someone messed at your mail.
Word up.
Like, I've been waiting 19 months for this letter, you piece of shit.
Word up. Matter of fact, the person who took it from your hands to deliver it is not the same person who gets it. Because that fucking person died on the journey and handed over to his protege.
He didn't make it. The poor guy didn't make it.
He developed gangrene halfway through there and then gave it to his fucking dude. He delivered it.
You know,
and by the time his son got there, he was 18 years old.
He said, "I'm writing this letter to you, knowing that by the time you receive this, you'll be 18 years old." And that's how you start writing your letters now when they're born, so that way they can get it when they're older.
So when the internet came, it was a joyous thing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. And it has power. It really has power. Hey, listen, remember, we'll take it back a little bit. Granted, the movie is crappy. But remember when they wanted to do the sequel to G.I. Joe?
Wait.
With Channing Tatum?
Yeah, they did it.
You know they did. But remember, before it came out,
Uh-huh.
the original plan was for Duke to die.
Oh, right, yes.
People were in a uproar.
Oh, yeah, they were tight.
They sent emails.
Because they tried,
so bad that they actually reworked the script to not piss these people off.
Yes, that happened twice.
Did it really?
Yes, because in the original animated movie, the G.I. Joe the movie, Duke was supposed to die.
Really?
That's right. That's why he went into the coma. He didn't go into a coma. He fucking died.
But people went crazy.
They were like, "Nah, we ain't having this shit." So then they were like, "Hey, Duke's in the coma. He's gonna be okay." Hey, yeah, because people are happy. They killed off Optimus Prime, motherfucker, and they brought his ass back.
They had to all, but the fans.
But not in the same movie.
Yeah, no, not in the same movie.
But now you take away their second father, which was Duke.
Yeah, no, you don't do that. You don't fuck with Uncle Duke.
Oh, hold on 1 second. I'm getting a phone call. Hold on. We sometimes you just have to answer shit. Okay. I think it was recording that whole time.
I try to tell you that.
Nah, that's alright. It's okay. I can always edit that shit out. But alright,
we are back.
We're back. And sorry we had to take a phone call. I thought it was something, major, but it wasn't. But it's fine. So what the fuck was we talking about? Oh, G.I. Joe and Duke.
So Duke was supposed to die.
Yeah, back in the original cartoon, he was supposed to fucking bite the bullet. But people was in such an uproar that they was just not having it. They wrote letters and bitch, and back then they didn't have the internet, so it was all done.
Oh, so you can imagine how bad that bitching must have been.
Yep. So they wrote it off. They wrote it off as,
that's why Optimus came back. You know that's exactly why Optimus came back. Because people were not trying to hear this Rodimus Prime nonsense. They weren't having it.
No, I mean...
he wasn't a bad character.
No. People liked Rodimus. They liked him, but he wasn't still no Optimus Prime. They liked Rodimus and they got used to him, but he was no Optimus Prime. You killed Optimus Prime, you pretty much killed Santa Claus. You killed Father Time. That was like a no-no.
Yeah, you did not kill Optimus Prime.
You might as well kill Jesus. I mean,
oh God.
I mean, that's the level of sacrilege you did by killing somebody. But it worked because what they were trying to achieve was to say, don't get too comfortable with the people you love because they can be ripped away from you. I mean, when Optimus died, I was inconsolable.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I saw that movie in the theaters as a kid, and I am not ashamed to admit there were tears in my eyes when Optimus died. I felt like I lost a family member.
Word up.
it was harsh, man.
I was like,
it was harsh.
How much?
And I hated Rodimus because I blamed him. I probably needed therapy. I needed therapy. I blamed him. It was his fault. In my 7-year-old mind, or however old I was when that movie came out, it was Rodimus' fault that Optimus died.
Word up. He was selfish.
And for the rest of the movie, I was wishing for Galvatron to kill him. I was. I was prepared to let Ultra Magnus be the leader because I liked Ultra Magnus and that Ultra Magnus was a cool guy.
Yeah.
And Rodimus was on my shit list. Even after the movie and it went back to the regular series and Rodimus was the guy, I hated him. I would always wish for the Decepticons to win. You know?
That's a level of hatred.
It was bitterness. I probably needed therapy, man.
Right up.
I blamed him. It was in my mind, in my 8-year-old mind, it was replaying the scene where Optimus told him to get out of there and he interfered in the fight, caused a distraction, and Optimus took the bullet for him for Megatron's ridiculous cannon. God damn, that's a ridiculous cannon. You know? He ate that cannon for at that time, it was Hot Rod. His name was Hot Rod.
Right, yeah.
Oh, man, the level of resentment and anger.
I was like, I was lost. I was like, who am I going to learn life's lessons from? I'm like, how am I going to know about girls and about who the fuck and what dangers to stay away? Stranger danger. I wouldn't have learned it if Optimus wasn't there.
It was that and G.I. Joe. Remember that One to Grow On?
Oh yeah. Knowing is half the battle.
Knowing is half the battle. Yeah, Channel 7 was the one.
No, but those Papa's asses, I never listened to them because they're all pompous and shit. Like, knowing is half the battle. Fuck you. How am I supposed to learn shit? Like, how am I supposed to not learn to walk across a board over a giant ditch?
Without Optimus teaching you that.
Without Optimus teaching me. Nah, I got some...
And the power of teamwork.
I got some asshole named Doc telling me.
Fuck Doc and fuck Leatherneck.
Word up. Flint could go fuck himself.
Absentee father. Flint popped up whenever he wanted and then left.
Word up.
You know? Well, fuck you, Flint. Yeah, fuck you.
Yes, the podcast where we say fuck you, Flint.
That's right. Fuck you, Flint. Absentee father. Duke was the one always there, not you.
Word up.
You should have taken that shit from Serpentor.
Lady J cheated on you.
Oh, did she? I believe that too.
I don't know.
I always wondered, man.
Like, you never know. Maybe Flint was the one cheating because it was always between Scarlet and Lady J.
I'd have won Scarlet.
I would have won Scarlet too.
I think I'd have won Scarlet.
Lady J was a little too butch for me.
Yeah, Lady J. She was a cool character.
She was the equivalent of like Three's Company. She was this. We're gonna get nerdy on this fucking shit real quick. Yeah, it was like Three's Company. It was like Flint was Jack Tripper, Scarlet was
so what,
Chrissy.
General Hawk was like Roper.
Yeah. Exactly.
General Hawk was Roper.
And Janet was Lady J.
You know what? Yeah, you're not wrong about that. Yeah, you're not wrong about that.
Because we always would have fucked Chrissy.
Yeah, anytime.
But Janet was always like, oh, she'll take a turn.
She'll take a turn.
But I don't know, but it won't be long term.
Yeah. It'll be like a one night stand.
And you got to be careful with that because she might take over like during the session.
Yeah, like that would be like a hate fucking, you know.
Spite fucking.
That would be spite fucking.
No, she'll just fuck you because she'll forget that she's a woman.
And try to bend you over, you know? Exactly. And that's just not going to work. And she's not sticking that spear with hers and me.
No.
She always had that damn spear.
Yeah.
Why did she have that spear? I always wondered. That just always seems so out of place to me.
You're talking about a woman who's in the military, on the ground, fighting, and she has a very phallic weapon.
I'm telling you. I think that was early signs of gayisms. You know, they couldn't say she was gay at the time, but
I don't know.
I think that was.
I think if her profession been a little bit different, and she was driving a truck instead, she might have been called Big Bertha. I'm just saying.
And Flint still would have been on that.
Well, Flint's a hoe.
Flint is a hoe.
Like you know, like I don't know, because Jack Tripper was kind of a hoe too. You ever watch that fucking show?
Jack Tripper wasn't kind of a hoe. He was a hoe.
I mean, even more so than Larry.
Even worse than his friend. He tried to always judge Larry. He's such a prick. He was such a prick. He was doing all that dirt, and he saw, oh, Larry, I can't believe you. Oh, Larry, that is so wrong. Motherfucker, he was banging a girl and her friend.
Oh my God. You know what? You start to think about some of these things, and you're like, fuck, you're right.
Judgmental prick. At least the only difference between Jack Tripper and Larry was that Larry was honest about being a scumbag. That was the only difference.
Oh man, yeah, wow, you just mind blown. Like, that's just incredible.
That's what the corner's all about. Revelations, man. Revelations.
Fuck, you got a fuck ton of it.
Yeah, truth being brought to light, you know? That's what we do here.
Oh, man. We haven't even gotten to current news. We're talking about fucking 80s right now.
Oh, please. We haven't even gotten to anything in the 90s or hell, Comic-Con.
Fuck, man. I mean, we talking about all kinds of shit that don't matter now.
Yeah, quick side.
It's been over. But we're kind of catching up. It's been 30 years since we've done a podcast.
Yeah, man. It's been a minute. In dog years, it's been a while.
Heard up. About over 157 years.
Oh, my God.
When the Settlers first set out, that's when we did the first podcast.
That's when we started.
Yeah. It was all by letters.
It was all by letters. The Pony Express was late.
Welcome to the corner. I'm your host and resident voice, Anthony Cruz. It's been a long clip since you've been around. I don't know why I turned myself into a fucking belle from the South.
Now you sound like that dude from that USA show, Chrisley. Chrisley Knows Best.
Oh, fuck. I don't even know that show.
Yeah, it's some show on USA. This guy's some millionaire from the South. And, at first glance, you think this dude is gay. But then he got a wife and 3 kids. 4 kids. And he is the gayest straight guy I've ever seen.
Well, those are normally metrosexuals, but he's from the South, so what the fuck do you call that?
Southern sexual?
Well, aren't we all Southern sexual? That's where all our fucking good parts are at.
In the South, right?
In the South. I don't know.
Oh, man. Unless you're that dude from The Preacher and you got something on your head. Your head is like
ass mouth?
You have an ass mouth or whatever the hell that is.
That's the craziest fucking thing. He has to eat all his food through like a straw.
I don't even want to understand. Usually I always want to know the backstory of a character. I don't know if I want that backstory.
I don't know, man.
Is he like was he like the final part of the Human Centipede?
I was just thinking that. I was just thinking that. I was like, damn, maybe he was like damn, I ran out of space.
He was the last guy.
It's like, I was going to sew your mouth to his ass, but fuck it. We'll just put the ass on your mouth and you're the leftovers, man. And look, I only have room for 3 people in this Human Centipede. I can't do a 4th, so you get an ass on the mouth.
That is such a twisted movie.
Yeah, man.
I can't even sit through that shit. I saw the first one, and I almost didn't make it.
I saw the first one. I started watching the second one, and not because I didn't want to finish it. I don't think I had time to finish it. I think I had to do something. And it was one of those things where you start to watch it, but you don't get back to it because of whatever reason.
Yeah, because it sucks. It's a horrible movie.
No, I think you just... Alright, so it's not a good movie. It's not a great movie. But it's not a terrible movie. It's a movie. That's it. And it's a movie that you almost have to see because there's nothing like it.
Man, I saw the first one. And I don't think I'm ever going to see any of those sequels, man. I'm sorry. and I could take a lot. Let me tell you, I've seen it all. But I worked for those who don't know, I worked at a morgue.
But then,
just to give you a hint at some of the stuff I've seen.
But I mean, I don't know about you. I don't know. But after you saw it, didn't you say to yourself just a little bit like, it could work. It could work. Like they were onto something.
Their equations were just a little bit off.
It's a little bit. But I think it's something you missed the right formula. We can get some ass to mouth sewing,
Oh. Do you think this has military applications?
Damn right, man. You send these motherfuckers out into you freak the fucking Taliban out.
Then they'll really think we're the devil.
ISIS will be like, what the fuck? Like they will be frozen in their fucking.
Well, we'll start sending a bunch of human centipedes in the mountains looking for people.
Oh shit!
Watch how fast they come running out of that fucking place.
This fucking ISIS will be shaking in their sandals.
Can you imagine? Nah, I'll be honest with you.
The Americans really are crazy.
These fucking guys.
What can we do to them? We try to blow them up. It doesn't work. They send human centipedes after us.
They sew their asses to each other's mouth and they call us barbarians.
They're the real terrorists.
They're the real terrorists.
Oh man.
Now, honestly, I saw that movie and I remember thinking to myself, "What the hell is wrong with the dude who wrote this? Like, how did you even?" As an aspiring writer, how do you even come up with something so twisted? That's just some twisted shit.
He's a visionary.
Yeah, okay. He's a visionary.
No one else dare. Look.
No one else even had the thought. I think that's one of the few people who can honestly say he had an original thought.
Yeah.
Because I'm willing to bet no one else has ever thought that.
Yeah.
That is, how rare is it to say that you had a completely original thought?
Yeah, it's true.
It's a rare thing. It's a very rare thing.
And it's hard to do these days. With the internet being what it is and creativity just in a constant flux, right? It's constantly moving, constantly generating new stuff. It is almost impossible to have an original idea because the idea has been done in some way, shape, or form prior to you spinning it out. So for him to come up with some shit like that, well, fuck. God bless him. He's a visionary. Would I dare anybody else to do it? No, because now you're just a sick fuck.
Oh, wait. The original guy is a visionary.
Yes.
Everyone else is a sick fuck?
That's right.
Oh,
because now you already seen it. So now if you want to mimic that, you're a sick fucking dude.
You have a very interesting take on what's a sick fucking dude.
See,
I would think the person who thought of this has more fucking issues than anyone who wants to copy it.
Look, who's crazy? The person that leads or the person that follows?
They're both fucked up. They're both fucked up.
See, the first guy jumps off the bridge because maybe he thought he could fly.
Then he's stupid and fucked up.
So the guy that follows him thought
he's even dumber and fucked up.
He almost did it. I think I can pull this off.
Oh hell no! Oh hell no!
It's all about perspective, man.
Man, please. Don't give me that bullshit. Don't give me that psychobabble bullshit to me. Give me that shit. Oh god, that's twisted. That movie is really
okay,
twisted.
so look at it like this. I'll put it into a more quantifiable or even edible sort of example. Marvel. They had this vision of an interconnected universe with all their characters in the cinematic, in for their movies, right?
Pretty much what they did with the comic book, just in cinematic form.
In cinematic form, right? It's nothing new, but it's never really been done like that. It's been done like that in movies with sequels and parts, but nothing to that extent where you have totally separate characters all coming together, interchanging between people's movies. It's been done, but never with superheroes. Mm. And it's never been done in the extent that they've done it.
Right.
With not just that, but crossing, their cinematic with their television properties.
Right.
People would have said they're fucking crazy because they came in at a time where superheroes weren't quite loved and superheroes wasn't done right in the movies with the exception of a handful, and even those had issues of themselves about being faithful to what they are in the comic books. So now they're calling them crazy and they're doing it. They get the formula and they do it right. And not without its flaws. They have their issues too, but for the most part, they're well loved, well received each time they come out. Then DC follows suit, right? And they try to do theirs. with not as much love.
Well, you know, the difference is when Marvel did something, they really invested the time and the energy to do it right. With
Visionary.
DC, that's visionary. With DC, it feels rushed. It feels like they're just banging out these movies as fast as they can to get a Justice League movie out there because they want to collect money.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with Marvel, they took their time. They made you care about every one of the Avengers before they put them together.
Mm-hmm.
And then all these other side characters like Ant-Man,
mm-hmm.
Guardians of the Galaxy,
mm-hmm.
And you know Doctor Strange is coming out very soon.
Yeah.
So they Spider-Man Homecoming. They're doing this thing where they took their time with each individual character. They let different directors have their take with these characters,
mm-hmm.
build them up, but yet do certain things so that you know that these characters are all within the same universe.
Mm-hmm.
And now this is what we're seeing now is years and years of seeds that have been planted that
mm-hmm.
are now starting to blossom. That's
right.
what we're seeing now.
Right.
Because these seeds were planted way back with the Hulk movie with Edward Norton.
Mm-hmm.
And that movie came out a long time ago. It
right.
came out before Captain America and everything else.
True.
So, what we're seeing now is the fruits of Marvel's labor. They started planting these seeds with the Captain America and the
mm-hmm.
Iron Man and
mm-hmm.
everything. And now we're at a point now where we're Avengers and Civil War and we're about to have the whole Infinity Gauntlet thing and
mm-hmm.
Thor Ragnarok, and now all of their hard work has come to fruition. DC, on the other hand, is just... It's like you have those who
swinging for the fences.
They're just swinging for the fences.
They're like a kid at the wiffle ball bat.
They're like, I'm gonna hit it eventually.
The ball's right there, but the kid can't hit it because he's hitting the tees.
He's hitting the tees, hitting everything. It's like, I think they were off to a good start with Man of Steel. I really enjoyed Man of Steel.
Yeah, I like Man of Steel,
And
but I understand that that's not the majority Superman.
Well,
they like that Superman light and
well, but you know what?
And,
that being said, Man of Steel was a big success, and
I
it was pretty
love
well,
Man of
and
Steel.
it was pretty well received. The people who really had a problem with Man of Steel
were the
core like old timers, the ones who go back to Christopher Reeves, and that's the only Superman they can envision. The same thing with Star Wars. You have people who they're no matter what they do, they're gonna constantly bitch a fit that the original series was the best series, no matter what. But generally, it was well received.
Yeah.
It was very well received. And instead of taking their time to build on that,
mm-hmm.
and instead of taking the time to, even though I love Ben Affleck's Batman, introducing us to the Ben Affleck Batman, building on that, building on Wonder Woman.
I'm kind of guy. I'm tired of them shoving fucking origin stories down my throat.
Yeah, but you know what? They didn't do an origin with Man of Steel, and they didn't have to do an origin with Batman.
Well, Man of Steel, they did a little bit more origin, but it was very quick, and it was
exactly.
And
it wasn't centered around his origin.
Yeah.
Man of Steel wasn't centered around the origin of Superman.
Right.
I did love what they did with Krypton. Thought that was brilliant.
Well, think about it. It was still origin because he wasn't quite Superman when Man of Steel started. He was discovering, like he already knew his powers. He didn't know the extent of his powers, and he had to discover who he is and
yeah, there was definitely some self-discovery, but there was an overarching plot,
right.
And it wasn't just about Clark Kent becoming Superman.
Right.
Because if you think about it, this was a Superman movie. There wasn't a whole lot of Clark in this movie. This was a Superman movie.
Yeah, right. Because he was pretty much just one guy.
Right.
And then he had to create the Clark Kent persona by the end of the movie.
Right. Whereas in all the other Superman movies, you're talking. It was Clark Kent turning into Superman.
Yeah, so it was a little bit of a
so it was
different.
a twist.
It was a different, but I mean, like it's still a birthing.
It's a birthing, but they
movie.
didn't retell the same thing.
Yeah, so it didn't feel as moldy as it really is. But so the fact that we got Batman just shoved down our throats, and even then they still showed a bit of origin through a dream,
which is okay.
Fine,
I mean, you have to do that on some levels.
I'm like, all right, Martha. I'm just glad that this guy. What's the name? Dean Morgan. What the fuck his name is? The guy who played Thomas Wayne. He played.
Oh yes.
Played a comedian. He's also Negan on.
Yeah. He was on Supernatural. He played. Sam and Dean's father.
Yeah. He's also.
He was also in, what was it called, the Losers.
The Losers, which is also a DC property.
Oh yeah, very good movie too.
And I was playing Negan on
and Walking Dead.
I would have loved to see. I want to see a Thomas Wayne movie starring that motherfucker. That would be fucking awesome.
Well, if they ever do that alternate universe thing where Thomas Wayne was Batman instead of Bruce, then maybe.
Fuck it, they're doing Gotham. They could do a Thomas Wayne movie. Fuck it.
And who the hell knows these days? I mean,
it'll suck because you already know how it's going to end.
That's the thing.
That'd be like a fucking crazy prequel.
No matter how great his adventure is, it's gonna end.
They got like a show like Mad Men, but with Thomas Wayne coming up, getting.
That'd be
Wayne
interesting.
You know,
that would be interesting.
It won't be any crime solved. I mean, there'll be some issues and stuff like that, but it'll be the harness of him becoming a businessman. I'm just shooting this shit out here. Hey everyone, thanks for listening. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Tone and Stereo, and visit the Facebook page Art Graphics Inc. and visit my website artgraphicsinc.com. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Nick and I appreciate the support. It's free. It doesn't cost you a thing. And you save your index finger from carpal tunnel syndrome. So help us grow and expand and bring more content to you. And we'll see you next time right here on The Corner.